You're listening to a Joycast from GLBTIQ community radio station, Joy 94.9. Ben Notes is our weekly jazz program going to air each Sunday night.
I heard that you're settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Old friend, why you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or hide from the lights. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I'd hoped you'd see my face, that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. No worries or cares, regrets and mistakes, they are memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet, how bittersweet. Sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah.
Wonderful music there from my next guests in studio, and we have a very appreciative studio audience with us tonight. I'd like to say a very warm welcome to Joe McEvilly.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, look, I've even got the microphone working. Isn't that good?
Oh, good. You can hear me.
Elly Poletti.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, Elly.
Hi, thanks.
The reason you're here is because you're going to be putting a show on, but I thought I'd go back just a little bit and understand a little bit about who you are. And one of the things that I had learnt from some time ago, Joe, when we spoke, was that you used to be an ANU student, which means you used to study in Canberra.
That's right. Don't hold that against me. No, I was part of the really terrific music course at ANU in 2011 and 2012, along with actually a few members of the band that ended up coming down at the same time as me and kind of forming a coalition of expats from the ANU down here. It seems like a long time ago now, but I guess it was, just 2011, 2012.
Which really wasn't all that far away, but since that time you have moved ahead in leaps and bounds. The band you formed in Canberra was called Movement 9, and you've brought the band effectively, with a few changes, down here to Melbourne and continued forging forward, arranging, composing and getting out there and playing.
Yeah, at this point I think it's sort of more of an idea or a loose collective, because for every different project that we're doing, the lineup is changing. You know, the band that we play together in Canberra had some common members with the first band that I put together in Melbourne, and then we've done different things with strings and amazing singers. But yeah, as an idea, it's sort of been various iterations of my baby.
How does it feel to have been the person who put together this band, gave birth, to use the analogy, to Movement 9, and then to see it develop as it has done over the past, 6 years?
Yeah, well, wow, I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm lucky to have amazing musicians around that inspire and spark ideas for arrangements and compositions that I'm able to kind of, they create a spark of an idea, and then I just have the urge to put that piece of music in front of them and to see what they do with it. So yeah, I guess back from ANU onwards, I've been privileged to be surrounded by inspiring musicians.
When you put that music in front of those musos that have given you some ideas about what it is that they want, do you get back what you think you're going to get? Or do you get something back that is so much better than what you'd imagined?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Yeah, it's been a learning process for me, and it's just an ongoing learning process of what to write and how much to write, how much to put on the page and how much to leave in my head. You know, to what extent do you put everything down and just dictate everything, which is how I started writing, and to what extent do you just leave an empty space and say, I know that you sound really good when you do this, so just do something. And then sometimes I've just been surprised by someone taking what I've written and just taking it in completely different context from what I thought, and it sounding beautiful. There's I think that when you look at dots on a page, that's just one. You might look at that from one interpretation, and someone else reading it might take a completely different interpretation, and that's usually a good thing.
You just said there that you started off by putting dots on the page and expecting everyone to play the dots that you put down. How long did it take you to realise that you didn't have to control everything that much? What was it that triggered your brain to say, I actually don't need to do all this work, someone else can do it for me?
I'm not sure, but that's a good question. I think it's an ongoing process. It's always a balancing act, because the more information that you give to someone, the better an idea that they have of what you're imagining, what you're conceiving. But you need to leave some gaps. You need to leave the spaces for people's own creativity to kick in and to take that to a different place.
What is the most important thing you've learned about managing a band such as Movement 9 and being the composer-arranger?
I think the most important thing that I've learned is that it's not about me. And that's something that I think every band leader goes through. I spend a lot of time still working on music alone in my room and then bringing it to a band of people. But that is just the very, very beginning. That's just the starting point. That's not the ending point. And what you're doing is you're reaching out to a group of musicians to share their music with you and their talent with you. And that is, it's a gift that they give to you.
It's a beautiful gift when they do that. And that tells me that they also trust you as the band leader to allow them to take that step. Do you find that the other band members need that, what's the word I'm looking for, the encouragement and the permission from you as the band leader to actually go out there and essentially do their own thing within the confines of what you're trying to get?
Yeah, I think everyone feels most comfortable when there's a foundation. You know, you can build whatever you want as long as you sort of have a foundation. And part of my job, I think, as an arranger, whether I'm arranging someone else's piece of music like Adele's or, you know, taking a composition of mine and trying to conceive it for the large band, is to impart structure. So I might, the arrangement might start in a certain place, a certain dynamic or emotion, and it has to get to another place. And that gives a structure to a soloist or the band in general to say, this is where we're going, this is the journey that we're on, but you can get there in your own way.
Thank you for listening to a Joycast from Joy 94.9. Find more Joycasts and show blogs, go to joy.org.au.
How did you discover that your band needed a vocalist?
Well, needing is a strong word, isn't it, Elly?
It is.
Elly, please welcome to the conversation.
Hey guys.
No, we are so blessed to be working with Elly. Me and Elly got together, musically speaking, back in 2014?
Yeah, I think so.
How did we? I think we were going to work together on a big band chart that never eventuated because Elly is an incredible big band singer. And we got together and I think we started talking about other artists that we liked. And then a little while later, I called her up and said, hey, do you want to do an Amy Winehouse project? Which then lasted for a good couple of years, many performances, mainly at the Paris Cat. But the whole time Elly was saying, hey, you know who else is pretty good? This Adele person. No, so eventually I got to the point where I was I felt confident enough that I had ideas to make Adele's music our own, and I gave Elly a call and she was pretty happy.
How did it feel, Elly, to be singing in front of Movement 9?
I love it. I have a some would say I have a big voice, so it's nice to have lots of people playing in a band with me. It allows me to sing as loud as I want, and it doesn't sound awkward. So yeah, I love it. Yes.
What did you feel was the draw card to sing with Joe and the band? Was it the Amy Winehouse project specifically?
Yeah. I come from a small country town, so I live in South Gippsland in a town called Leongatha, which is a long way away. So, and down there, there's not a big, huge music scene. So, an opportunity to sing with a big band, I'll kind of jump at, because, don't have many opportunities like that down in Leongatha, which is unfortunate, but, that's just the way it is. So, it's really when someone approaches me and says, hey, do you want to sing with a band? I'll go, yes, of course I will. So I think that's, the opportunity is what drew me first. And then, the fact that it chose Amy Winehouse, I was like, yep, that's cool. And then Adele, even better. So,
so we've gone from Amy Winehouse to Adele. Joe, what was it about Amy that attracted your attention to the first project?
I think one of the things about Amy Winehouse that really, really drew me as an arranger and someone who tries to take a song and spin it, put a new spin on it, take it in a different direction, is that there's so much emotional material to work with because the songs are so honest. They're just straight from the heart. And so, that just provides, again, like a really strong foundation for each song that you can then take it in a different way and it's still going to be completely cohesive. It's still going to be recognizable. It's still going to be just as strong. So that was something that I really, the more that I worked on the Amy Winehouse music, that was something that I appreciated more and more, just bleedingly honest.
Was the Amy Winehouse music that you had appreciated for years, or was it something that was relatively new to you?
Yeah, no, I'd appreciated it for a long time.
So it had a place in your brain somewhere?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and obviously the great production with a lot of her tracks helps as well. It's always interesting whether it's Amy Winehouse or Adele or other people whose songs we've done over the years. Do the lyrics match up with the emotional feel of the song in the original production of it? And other artists have explored that, like take the two versions of Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell, the original version, and then the later recording that she did. That's two completely different ways of exploring that song, and they're both equally valid, equally beautiful.
And now you've moved on to Adele, and I think I heard you say before that it was Elly's suggestion that Adele might be a good option to use as your next project. What was it that Elly was able to give you that, I suppose, showed that it was a really good project?
What do you think, Elly?
Is Adele someone, Elly, who you have admired and listened to for years?
Yes, a lot. I listen to her a lot. Yeah.
What is it about her music that really grabs your attention?
I think because I have a lower voice, and when you come across an artist that has someone that I can sing along with, I can't sing along with, the latest pop artists because, their voices are just too high. So when you come across an artist that's got a lower register, I jump on it straight away. And Amy Winehouse was the same, lower register, so really easy for me to sing along to. But apart from that, she's just her songwriting skills. She's an incredible songwriter. And, a lot of her songs that she's written, she started writing when she was 16. I mean, I wasn't writing songs when I was 16, I can tell you that much. So I'm drawn to that. I'm drawn to how, clever and how creative she is, so as well as her voice, which is amazing.
And you've had the privilege now of singing through this project a couple of times already?
Yeah, we've done 4 shows so far, I think. Yes. Yeah, and 2 more coming up.
So, Elly, do you find that when you sing this project each time that something's different?
Yeah. I try to sing each song a little bit differently without, putting the band off too much with something different. But, and I think also emotionally, because when you're reading the lyrics, you read it as it is, you're trying to learn the song, trying to learn all the arrangement, that kind of stuff, you kind of forget what the song's actually about. And so every now and again, halfway through a gig, I'll click and go, and then all of a sudden things will change and my voice will change. And so, I think every gig is different.
And that's not a bad thing to have things a little bit different. Yeah. Keeps the band enthused, keeps the vocalist enthused.
It's essential, yeah.
Does it keep the composer, arranger worried? Band leader worried?
No, not worried at all. I think it's when you have a group of people playing music that's essentially written down, with a lot of space for improvisation, it's the moments that change each time that become the most interesting. And that's the moments that I haven't written down. So they're the moments that surprise me and surprise everyone.
They're the times you look up and say, gee, that was nice. What was it?
That's right. If you see the band looking at each other and smiling, it's because something went wrong, but it sounded good.
But just give us an idea about some of the songs that you've got coming up from Adele.
One of my favourites would have to be Crazy for You. We are lucky enough to be working with an amazing cello player named Natasha Trinkle. And she is not only a fantastic classically trained cellist, but she improvises and she does. She can improvise, and she does this kind of slide guitar influenced cello introduction to that song, which is absolutely stunning. And she also takes a solo in it. So if you've never heard a cello blues solo, that's.
Who else have you got in the band?
We've got 3 3-piece horn section. That's Tom Sly, Patrick Langdon, and Cheryl Jurong-Pasitku. We've got double bass and drums, Jordan Torrento and Chelsea Allen, and then myself on piano and keyboard, and of course Elly Poletti.
As vocalist, and you've given the sax away, Joe.
I've given the sax, yes. Cheryl has taken my spot on sax.
You've got one more song.
We have chosen Turning Tables.
Turning Tables. Elly Poletti, Joe McEvilly, thank you so much for coming into Bent Notes. Really do appreciate your time. I look forward now to having listened to another song from Elly and Joe, and this is called Turning Tables on Joy 94.9.
You always say more. I can't keep up with your turning tables. Under your thumb, I can't breathe. So I won't let you close enough to hurt me. No, I won't ask you to just desert me. I can give you what you think you gave me. It's time to say goodbye to turning tables, to turning tables. Under haunted skies I see you, ooh, where love is lost, your ghost is found. I braved 100 storms to leave you. As hard as you try, no, I will never be knocked down. Oh, I can't keep up with your turning tables. Under your thumb, I can't breathe. So I won't let you close enough to hurt me. No, I won't ask you to just desert me. I can give you what you think you gave me. It's time to say goodbye. Next time I'll be braver. I'll be my own savior when the thunder calls for me. Next time I'll be braver. I'll be my own savior, standing on my own 2 feet. So I won't let you close enough to hurt me. No, I won't ask you to just desert me. So I won't let you close enough to hurt me. No, I won't ask you to just desert me. I can give you what you think you gave me. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye.
Joy 94.9 is a GLBTIQ community radio station in Melbourne, Australia. Support Joy 94.9 by becoming a member at joy.org.au.